Hi everyone! Welcome back to Quick English, the channel that helps you master English for real-world business scenarios. I'm your host Kelly, and I'm here with Kyle. Today we're exploring an important and fascinating topic: cross-cultural communication in business.
That's right. In today's globalized world, understanding how to communicate effectively across cultures is essential. Misunderstandings can arise from differences in language, tone, gestures, and even expectations. In this video, we'll cover common challenges in cross-cultural communication, key phrases to navigate cultural differences, and tips for building strong relationships with international colleagues and clients.
Let's start with some common challenges. One major challenge is differences in communication styles. For example, in some cultures, people prefer direct communication, while in others, they value a more indirect approach.
Exactly. For instance, an American colleague might say, "We need to change this part of the plan," while a Japanese colleague might say, "Perhaps we could consider another approach." Both are making the same point, but the tone and phrasing are different.
Another challenge is nonverbal communication. Gestures, eye contact, and even personal space vary greatly across cultures. For example, in some cultures, maintaining eye contact shows confidence, while in others, it may be seen as disrespectful. A thumbs up gesture might mean great in one culture, but be offensive in another.
That's why it's important to be observant and adaptable. Now let's look at key phrases for navigating cultural differences. If you're unsure about something, you can say, "Could you explain that for me? I want to make sure I understand correctly." Or, "How do people typically handle situation in your culture?"
Those are great. And if you want to be respectful while introducing your perspective, you might say, "In my experience, we usually approach this in specific way. How do you handle it?" Or, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on how we can approach this together."
Perfect. Let's move on to tips for building strong relationships. Do your research. Learn about the culture of your colleagues or clients. This shows respect and helps you avoid potential missteps. Be open-minded. Remember, different doesn't mean wrong. It's just a different way of thinking. Clarify expectations. Don't assume everyone shares the same understanding of deadlines, feedback, or meeting etiquette.
And remember, humor can be tricky across cultures. A joke that's funny in one language might not translate well or could even offend. When in doubt, keep it neutral.
Here's your challenge. Share a situation where you experienced or observed cultural differences in communication. How did you handle it, or how would you handle it differently now? Write it in the comments and let's discuss.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Quick English, and click the bell icon for more lessons on professional communication. See you next time.
Bye!